Hello students, welcome to AKR chemistry classes. Today we are dealing with third lecture of phenol. In third lecture of phenol, still we need to continue with reactions involving cleavage of OH bond in phenols. Here it was mainly involved two rearrangements. The first one is Fast rearrangement, the second one is Claisen rearrangement reactions. In the last class we have studied phenol is acidic in nature. In today's class we need to learn further. Phenol is acidic but not an acid. Give reason. So whenever when phenol is treated with water, it undergoes dissociation by forming resonance stabilized phenoxidine with the release of proton. But when the same phenol either it on treated with sodium bicarbonate or on treated with sodium carbonate. When the same phenol is treated with sodium bicarbonate or sodium carbonate, no reaction. Means what does it indicate? Phenol has an ability to produce H plus ion. Phenol has an ability to produce H plus ion in aqueous solution, but it fails to liberate carbon dioxide gas. It fails to liberate carbon dioxide gas when it is treated with bicarbonate or carbonate compounds. So any compound which has an ability to produce H plus ion in aqueous solution, such substances are acidic in nature, and any compound which has an ability to liberate carbon dioxide gas from carbonate compounds, such compounds are called as acid. Here phenol has an ability to liberate H plus ion in aqueous solution but fails to liberate carbon dioxide gas. Therefore phenol is acidic but not an acid. Please note it down. Now the second question is, based on chemical reaction, how you can explain phenol is acidic in nature? Very simple. When phenol is made to react with active metal like sodium, phenol undergo displacement reaction. To form sodium phenate, with the liberation of hydrogen. Any compound which has an ability to liberate hydrogen gas when it is made to react with active metals. Such compounds are acidic in nature. Or when phenol whenever the phenol on treated with strong alkaline solutions such as sodium hydroxide, it undergo neutralization reaction. To form sodium phenate with the liberation of water. So these two reaction indicates that phenol is acidic in nature. Next, acylation reactions of phenol. These are all electrophilic substitution reactions. Of phenol. Very simple. When phenol is made to react with acetyl chloride, C double bond O, CH3, in presence of pyridine. This group is called as acyl group. It undergoes electrophilic substitution reaction. This reaction is also called as Friedel-Crafts acylation reaction. This reaction is also called as Friedel-Crafts acylation reaction to form an ester. To form an ester. O C double bond O CH3 Cl. The name of the compound is phenyl acetate ester. The phenyl acetate ester is obtained. Phenol is made to react with acetyl chloride. Phenol is made to react with acetyl chloride. It undergoes electrophilic substitution reaction in presence of pyridine to form phenyl acetate ester. The liberated HCl gas easily combines with the pyridine. The liberated HCl gas easily combines with the pyridine and get converted into pyridinium hydrochloride. Pyridinium hydrochloride, which is a salt. Means it is a neutralization reaction. Therefore, above reaction favors forward reaction. Forward reaction. Therefore, maximum amount of phenyl acetate ester is obtained in the above reaction. Please note it down. Next, when phenol these are all reactions involving cleavage of OH bond and it undergoes electrophilic substitution reactions. On treated with acetic anhydride, OC double bond O CH3 C double bond O CH3. The name of the compound is acetic anhydride. On treated with acetic anhydride, here if it carries negative charge, it will automatically carries positive charge. Therefore, this here bond breaks. It carries negative charge, it carries positive charge, and this group directly attacks this one. And this group is called as acyl group. So acyl group acts as electrophile, and phenoxide part acts as nucleophile. Therefore, these reactions are called as electrophilic substitution reactions. These reactions are called as electrophilic substitution reactions in presence of pyridine. We get phenyl acetate ester. C double bond O CH3 plus CH3 C double bond O H. We get an ester as well as we get an acid. We get an ester as well as an acid. So in this case also pyridine reacts with acids and it favors neutralization. It undergoes neutralization reaction. Therefore, here also it favors forward reaction. So pyridine acts as a catalyst and it always favors forward reaction. Please note it down. The major important rearrangement in acylation reaction is Fires rearrangement reaction. What is a Fires rearrangement reaction? Means conversion of phenyl esters into hydroxy keto compounds. Conversion of phenyl esters into hydroxy keto compounds is called as Fires rearrangement reaction. So I'll take phenyl acetate ester O C double bond O CH3. The name of the compound is phenyl acetate ester. It should be converted into hydroxy keto compound. When this compound is heated up to 160 degrees Celsius, we get this compound. It get converted into hydroxy keto compound. We get here OH, and here we get C double bond O CH3. C double bond O CH. Name of the compound is ortho hydroxy acetophenone, ketone group. ONE1 means ketone group. Ortho hydroxy acetophenone is obtained. If the same compound is heated up to only 60 degrees Celsius, up to lower 60 degrees Celsius, we get this compound OH C double bond O CH3. Name of the compound is para hydroxy acetophenone. Phenone is obtained. So the process of conversion of ester to ketone at a suitable temperatures are called as Fiers rearrangement reaction. In case of Fiers rearrangement reaction, these two temperatures plays very important role. This is considered as product A and this is considered as product B. Product A is thermodynamically more stable in nature. Product A is thermodynamically more stable in nature, whereas product B is kinetically more stable in nature. Very simple. Product A is thermodynamically more stable in nature and product B is kinetically more stable in nature. Please note it down. Before I am going to explain the mechanism involved in Fiers rearrangement reaction, first I will explain what is the actual meaning of thermodynamic product as well as kinetic product. Consider a reaction in which A is get converted into B and A is get converted into C. This is called as parallel reaction. Means phenyl acetate ester is get converted into ortho hydroxy acetophenone as well as para hydroxy acetophenone. So such reactions are called as parallel reactions. You have been studied in chemical kinetics concept. The rate constant A to B is represented as K1 and for this it is represented as K2. If K1 value is greater than K2 at high temperature, if K1 value is greater than K2 at low temperature, not at high temperature, at low temperature, it indicates that the rate of reaction depends upon the value of K only. It indicates that rate of reaction is directly depends on rate constant only. Therefore, B will be the major product, and it is more stable, in nature. At the low temperature only, if K2 value is greater than K1 at low temperature, means we are measuring the speed of the reaction at normal room temperature and pressure, and it indicate, and we know that the rate of reaction is directly proportional to the rate constant. In this case, if K2 is greater than K1, it indicates that A will be, not A, C. C will be the major product. And it is stable when compared to B. So this indicates that kinetic products. So how to identify the kinetic product? This is the method we are going to use. We are going to use the concept of rate of reaction with respect to rate constant. At normal temperatures, we are going to measure the rate of reaction with respect to rate constant. Based on that, we will find out which is major product and which is minor product with respect to parallel reaction. We are taking the help of parallel reaction to explain this product formation. So based on that, we have been explained that at 60 degrees Celsius, at 60 degrees Celsius, para hydroxy acetophenone, para hydroxy acetophenone is more stable. At 60 degrees Celsius, para hydroxy acetophenone is more stable with respect to kinetic property. Based on the kinetic property, we have been proved that at normal temperature, para hydroxy acetophenone is more stable with respect to kinetic property. Please note it down. Now I'm going to explain based on thermodynamic. Based on thermodynamic concepts. Same, I will take again parallel reaction only. A is get converted into B and A is get converted into C. This is rate constant K1 and this is rate constant K2. Okay, ra? And C is obtained at low temperature and B is obtained think that at high temperature. Means C is obtaining at 60 degrees Celsius. Means this is para hydroxy acetophenone. Para hydroxy acetophenone is obtained at 60 degrees Celsius. But with increase in temperature, I'm going to start increase the temperature from 60 to 160 degrees Celsius. As soon as I start heating the given reactant along with this product from 60 and above temperature, we get orthohydroxy acetophenone. Orthohydroxy acetophenone. And whatever the composition obtained at this temperature, whatever the composition of para hydroxy acetone obtained at this temperature, with increase in temperature, the stability of para hydroxy acetophenone decreases. The stability of para hydroxy acetophenone decreases, and it start converting into orthohydroxy acetophenone. Means orthohydroxy acetophenone is more stable. It is more stable at high temperature. So we are dealing with the temperature concepts. Therefore, temperature concepts is applicable only for thermodynamics concepts. Based on thermodynamic concepts only. Therefore, orthohydroxy acetophenone will be the major product at high temperature with respect to thermodynamic concepts. Means as soon as I start heating the obtained reaction mixture above 60 degrees Celsius, more amount of para hydroxy acetophenone is get converted into orthohydroxy acetophenone. So percentage of C decreases, percentage of B goes on increases because B thermally more stable than C. B is thermally more stable than C. Okay, please note it down. Mechanism involved in Fires rearrangement reaction. O C double bond O CH3. This is phenyl acetate treated with anhydrous aluminum chloride. It is treated with anhydrous aluminum chloride, which acts as Lewis acid. So the lone pair electrons which are present on the oxygen atom, drag this one. It acts as base, it acts as acid, and we get the compound like this. We get an intermediate. oxygen carries positive charge AlCl3 minus. This it will be the acyl group will be like this. So CH3. We get an intermediate. The intermediate is unstable. Why the intermediate is unstable? Because oxygen atom carrying the positive charge. We know that oxygen atom is more electronegative in nature. Oxygen atom is more electronegative in nature. If it carries positive charge, then the intermediate becomes unstable. To retain the stability, this oxygen atom drags the electron density from acyl group very easily. The reason, as soon as acyl group gives out the electron density, it carries positive charge, and this positive charge delocalized between these two in forming resonance. It has an ability to form resonance. This is acyl group. It drags electron density from the acyl group to form one more intermediate, and this process is very slow, and this step is called as a rate determining step. Double bond, double bond, double bond, O, AlCl3 minus plus. We get the nucleophile, which is the nucleophile CH3 sorry, I'll write here, plus CH3 C double bond O positive charge. CH3C double bond O positive charge. The name of the carbocation is acylium carbocation. Acylium carbocation, which acts as electrophile. This one acts as electrophile, and this acylium carbocation is resonance stable in nature. CH3C double bond O positive charge, CH3C triple bond O positive charge. Therefore, this acylium carbocation is resonance stabilized, and this one always acts as electrophile, and automatically this group acts as nucleophile, because these lone pair electrons, when get shifted, it will come here. So this group, complete this group, will acts as ortho and para directing group. Ortho and para directing group. Now what happens? This electrophilic carbon atoms attacks the pi electrons of benzene ring at ortho position. Electrophilic carbon atom of electrophile attacks the pi electrons of benzene ring at ortho position to form an intermediate. Like this. When it get attack, when these electrons will jump here, and these electrons will carry negative charge. So we get here again double bond O AlCl3. This is minus and this is plus. Now we get double bond, one hydrogen atom will be there, and this will be the acyl group, C double bond O CH3, C double bond O CH3. Now this molecule has lost aromaticity. The molecule has lost aromaticity. To retain the aromatic nature of the ring, to retain aromacity or aromatic nature of the ring, this proton get loses, hence these electrons will enter into the benzene ring. At the same time, these electrons will jump here. And we get a molecule like this. So the benzene ring retain its aromatic nature. The benzene ring retain its aromatic nature. O AlCl3. This is minus C double bond O CH3. The last step, what happens? This released H plus ion, this released H plus ion, that is proton, attacks this oxygen atom. The released proton attacks this oxygen atom. Therefore, these electrons will jump here towards the oxygen atom by the release of aluminium chloride. By the release of aluminium chloride. So now again. ಹಲೋ. ಗುಡ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್. ಯಾರು? ಹೇಳಪ್ಪ. ಆಗ್ತಾ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಪ್ರಸನ್ನ ಸರ್ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡು, ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಈ ಪ್ರಸನ್ನ ಸರ್ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡು, ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಹಾಂ. Process of conversion of the process of conversion of phenol to phenyl benzoate is called as benzolization reaction. Because here the benzoyl group acts as electrophile. This reaction is also called as Sutton Bowman reaction. This reaction is also called as Sutton Bowman reaction. Please note it down. The mechanism involved in this reaction. The mechanism involved in this reaction. When phenol is made to react with the sodium hydroxide solution, So this is negative, this is positive. Here the bond breaks up. Water get releases. It undergo neutralization reaction. To form sodium phenate. When this sodium phenate on treated with the benzyl chloride, PHC double bond OCl, on treated with benzyl chloride, what happens? This oxygen atom drags electron density towards itself because it is more electronegative in nature, and it forms a positive charge on this carbon atom, and this carbon atom is called as benzyl carbocation. This benzyl carbocation is more stable in nature due to resonance. So this benzyl carbocation attacks this nucleophile of phenoxide ion to form an intermediate. So double bond. Now this is oxygen atom. Okay. Now we get this is CO minus Cl, and this will be pH. This is the intermediate I got. Now this negative charge present on the oxygen atom will come here. Therefore chlorine acts as a good leaving group. It acts as a good leaving group in presence of sodium hydroxide solution. And get released in the form of sodium chloride. So here Na plus is there. No, this Na plus you can write here also, Na plus O minus. This Na plus get released in the form Na plus, and Cl minus get released to get the final compound. Double bond O C double bond O pH. We get the respective major product, that is phenyl benzoate. Please note it down. Coming to the final reaction of phenol, which involving breaking up of OH bond, that is a reaction with zinc dust. Many number of times in the class 12th examination and many objective level examination, they have been asked how phenol can be reduced to benzene. Very simple. When phenol on treated with zinc dust, or on subject to distillation, and then it is subjected to distillation with the zinc dust. When phenol on subjected to distillation with the zinc dust, benzene is obtained. So this is one direct method of conversion of phenol to benzene. The mechanism involved in this reaction, very simple mechanism. It follows free radical mechanism, that's all. I got phenol. This is a phenol, OH. If it undergo dissociation, it involved in the formation of phenoxide ion, O minus plus H plus. And I take zinc. We know that according to electrochemical series, zinc always undergoes oxidation. Zinc always undergoes oxidation with the loss of 2 electrons. Out of 2 electrons, 1 electron get occupied by the H plus ion. If an electron get occupied by the H plus ion, it get converted into hydrogen free radical. Now here this phenoxide ion, O minus. Phenoxide ion are subjected to distillation. So I will teach the mechanism properly. Please note it down. Above reaction. I will teach the mechanism from the beginning. I need more space. Mechanism. So when phenol undergo dissociation, it forms phenoxide ion with the loss of proton. Zinc, according to electrochemical series, it always undergo oxidation with the loss of 2 electrons. So out of 2 electrons, 1 electron which is liberated from the zinc gained by the H plus ion to form hydrogen free radical. Now this phenoxide ion, O minus, on subjected to heating, it undergo homolytic fission reaction. Here the electrons exist between these two, get break up. Here the break up. So by forming phenyl free radical, which is highly unstable, phenyl free radical plus oxygen free radical, along with one negative charge is there, along with free radical will be there, odd electron, oxygen free radical. This oxygen free radical combines with the remaining 1 electron, because out of 2 electrons, 1 electron utilized for the formation of hydrogen free radical. Now one more free radical. If this electron combines this, it forms O2 minus ion. And finally this Zn2 plus and O minus combines. Zn2 plus ion combines with O2 minus ion and get liberated in the form of zinc oxide. Now how many free radicals are there? Now phenyl free radical is there, hydrogen free radical is there. First hydrogen free radical combines with hydrogen free radical, it forms hydrogen molecule. Hydrogen free radical combines with one more hydrogen free radical to form hydrogen molecule. Again phenyl free radical combines with one more phenyl free radical to form biphenyl. Okay, ra? And these two are minor products. These two are minor in nature. This is a termination step, and when phenyl free radical combines with hydrogen free radical, we get benzene. Which is a major product. So reaction of zinc dust involves free radical mechanism, that is initiation, propagation and termination. Please note it down. Okay students, I think you have learnt or you have understood everything what I taught today. Make sure that these reactions plays a very important role in objective part. After completion of this chapter, I am going to teach you how the questions exist in objective level program. So before that you should have to watch the videos properly. Thank you for watching the video. If you like this video, please subscribe for more videos. Have a nice day.